Father been telling me to wake up my people. All right. Wake up, Jacob. Yeah. Father been telling me to wake up my people. Wake up my people. Wake up my people. All right, family. Father been telling me come on in. To wake up my people. I got something for you tonight. Come on. Father been telling me to wake up my people. All right, Jacob. How we doing, family? I hope all is well. I hope we're doing real good, okay? It's time for us to wake up. It's time, family, for us to recognize what's really going on. Come on, y'all. I don't know the rights to this music, but it's time for us to wake up. I'm serious, it's time. I'm gonna tell you what. I need to just keep playing it because y'all seem to be still asleep. I don't know what's going on. You see what they're trying to do in all these other states. And what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Hey, family. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a late one for me. You guys know I don't come on usually this late. But something's been on my heart. I don't care if I'm here by myself. Y'all can play the replay later. But I'm so tired of Black people not sticking together. We go against our own. We allow white supremacy to use us against us. If they give you a bag, you good. But the hell with everybody else. I got mine. You get yours. Where do we get this from? Where did it start? Where did this, me start? Where did we get this me from? I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I seen this thing tonight. We're going to talk about this Amos creep. This Amos, what's his name? Amos Brown, the NAACP man, right? And I'm going to show you his picture real quick. Oh my God, I'm sick of him. Oh, I'm so sick of y'all Black folk. I don't know what to do. Y'all boule. This has got to be the... And what really bothers me is these are the ones that marched with MLK. All them sold out Negroes ain't doing nothing. They done took their bag. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Karen Bass, Jane, Amos, John Brown, Amos Brown, I'm sorry, Amos Brown, Elijah Cummings, John Lewis, all them sellouts. They done all took the bag. And all of the Black caucuses is mostly immigrants, right? They don't know nothing about slavery. So their own immigration or their own whatever they've gone through is not half as bad as what we've gone through, okay? It don't even touch what we went through, okay? But I'm not here to measure who went through the worst. But what I'm here to bring attention to is that it is time for us to recognize when we have people that are taking white supremacy money and they're doing white supremacy bidding, we need to shut them down. Amos Brown, he's the head of the NAACP in San Francisco. He don't need to be in charge of nothing. He don't need to be in charge of nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. Sit him down, shut him down, and it's time for him to just go have a whole seat. And I mean that, a whole seat. Just sit down, because you ain't worth nothing right now. And these are the people. This is the guy that I'm talking about. Okay. This is the one. Okay. Y'all see my little YouTube channel. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. This dude, I got to share my screen. I'm not going to be here long. I got two people that I'm going to really hammer tonight because I want y'all to understand why we stuck. Why are we doing anything about it? Why do we see stuff like this and don't say nothing? Why do we not call them out? Why do we not shut them down? Why do we allow Black folk that don't mean us no good to even open their mouth? Why are we punching them in their mouth, punching them in their face, tying them up, take them to the river? And I don't condone violence, but I condone Black folks standing up for Black people. And I'm so sick and tired of Black folk not standing up for Black people. What is the problem? What do we need to do? Everybody else, when they giving Asians a hate crime bill, did you see one Asian say, I don't want a hate crime bill? Did you see one Asian say, I don't need no money when they was getting ready to give them a bag? Because Asians got money, right? with that hate crime bill. They got money. Did you hear one agent say, I don't want no money? We don't need no money. We need programs. We need housing. We need education. We need to do. Did you hear anybody say that? No. Did you hear the Jews when they talk about giving Jews the money every year? Did you hear Jews say, oh, we don't need no more money. We didn't got enough. Anyway, the Holocaust didn't even happen in America, so we're good. We're going to go over here and sue Germany. We're going to get our money from Germany. We don't hear other folks saying this. We don't hear the Indians say, no, we don't need no money. We good. Even though we living in a rat hole, even though we living in our own ghetto, living in our own whatever, okay? We good. We don't need no money, America. Go ahead and we don't need no handouts. That's what we usually hear black people say. We don't need no handout. The most people that ain't got nothing ain't gonna never have nothing, because you got black folk that's fighting against it, telling reparations committees, oh, we don't want no $55 million. You can keep your money. We want programs. We want housing. We want education. We have housing that don't work for us, because look at our inmates. Our inmates come out of jail. Can they go into those houses? No, they can't. Where are they living? On the street if they can. Okay, we have programs. We have medical programs. What's going on with those programs? Who gets the money? Do we black people get the money? No. White folk who own the hospital gets the money, right? White folk that own the clinics in our neighborhood get the money. Do black people get those? No, black people don't get that money. So what are you talking about? Give it to education. You mean the same schools that made our little black child stick his hand in the toilet and pull out his toilet paper? I guess he stopped the toilet up. Y'all hadn't heard about this one. Black kid in school, he stopped the toilet up. The teacher, white teacher, made him stick his hand inside the poop to pull out the toilet. Who does this? But so you want us to give our money forecast? Hey, St. Thomas, 2009. Welcome. I'm just trying to bring something to our attention. I'm tired of what I'm seeing. So you mean you want us to give money to these schools that's owned by the Jews, that's trying to teach your child LGBT? How is that going to how is black people going to flourish? And how is that going to help black people by giving money to the educational system? It's already indoctrinating our babies. So tell me, why would I want you to give my $5 million that's owed to me, a debt owed to schools that's indoctrinating our babies, who's trying to teach them LGBT? Why would I want to give my money to a Jewish-owned hospital that's killing black women and black babies at an alarming rate? Why would I want to give my money to a housing program? We already have housing that black folk can't even qualify. Who's going to get the money if I give the money to a program? You telling me you don't want black people to get the money, you want to give it back to white folk? Wait, hold on. You already told us that we didn't know what to do with our money. You already told us we're not going to give you money because you're going to give it back to white folk. Well, what are you doing? We're not that dumb. We can see through all the bullshit. Hold on. Let me regroup. Hold on. Let me regroup, because I'm getting ready to say something I'll never say. You getting ready to give our money back to white folk, but you tell us, no, we can't give you money because you're going to give it back to white folk. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want us to give money to educational system. Jobs. You want us to give our money to create jobs. What kind of jobs? How much of these jobs going to pay black people? I know what they're paying black folk now, and I know they're not hiring our black men. So who's going to work these jobs? Mexicans? Because when you talk about giving money to black people, that often means people of color that don't look like us, that are immigrants. I'm just saying. So you mean to tell me you want me to give my money, $5 billion that they're supposed to give in San Francisco, but you told me, no, we're not going to give it to you in your hand. We're going to give it to creating jobs. How much are those jobs going to pay? $12 an hour. Job schools for everybody. Exactly. So how is that affecting black people? How is that affecting black people? Housing. Here we go again. For everybody. That white folk own it. So you're going to give the money that you're supposed to give me, that you want to make programs, you're going to give back to white folk. Highly favored. Welcome. Y'all like insurance, you come in. So the money that you're talking about giving me, now I'm gonna show you this Amos Brown. He was all for it at first. He was fussing. Oh, he was all for it. Yes, give us money. Give it, give it, give it. Back late last year in June, he was all for it. Now, a year later, March 2023, after he got some money from Wells Fargo, $50 million to be exact, he no longer wants to give Black folk $5 million. He said, give them programs, give them education, give them jobs, give them housing. All of this, Black folk won't touch none of it. But let me show you. I just want Black folk to stop being stuck. We are stuck. We don't need we don't really, what has the NAACP done for Black people? Name one thing that the NAACP has done for Black people. I don't see them doing anything. I see a white face, I see Black face, but I see white supremacy behind the Black faces, which everything that they've created for Black people is always, if you really uncover it, it's hidden. They're hidden behind the Black faces. They were created by white folk, by the Jewish people, to be exact. The NAACP, look it up, was created by Jewish people, right? But this is what the face of it, right? You always see a face of a Negro, a sold out Negro that is sold Black folk out that want to tell you, oh, we don't need the money. Give us a program. You know what, Mr. Amos, you can't speak for me. You can have a program. You already got your $50 million that Wells Fargo gave you. Wells Fargo already gave him money, but we're going to prove it. Let's talk about it. I want to show you something. I'm going to share my screen. Boy, I'm so tired. And I'll never come on this late. You know me. I try to, do mine, but we're not going to be here all night. We're not going to be here. Haven't heard from them in decades. Exactly. But we're going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to try to get it right, y'all. Hold on here. We're going to try to share my screen. We're going to try. Okay. I want to press on NAACP. Let me get one of them. Just one. I think I got the right one. Let me get my little thing here. Okay, let me see here. Okay, that's not the first one. Hold on. I want to do this one. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, this is before the one this is the one. I want you guys to hear this one, okay? This is the Amos, and they got the nerves to call him a reverend. A reverend. I'm not even gonna call him. I'm not even giving him that title. Amos Brown says U.S. must admit and atone for wrongs perpetuated against Black people. Now, this was when he was talking bad before he got the $50 million from Wells Fargo. Let's hear it. Let's hear what he got to say. Let's hear. Let me see. I'm gonna try to play it. Let me see if I can play it. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna see if I can play it.
Support for Here and Now comes from BetterHelp, committed to supporting mental health through therapy.
Oh God,
clients are matched with one of 25,000 therapists.
Sorry, you guys.
And can communicate via video, chat, or phone at betterhelp.com/public.
White supremacy beliefs were enshrined at all levels of law and government from
Can y'all hear it?
colonial times forward.
Let me know.
That is from a new state report on reparations. And can you guess which state? It's California. The state has a first-in-the-nation task force on reparations. Reverend Amos Brown is vice chair. He's a longtime civil rights activist.
Y'all hear it? Let me know.
And he pastors Third Baptist Church in San Francisco. Welcome, Pastor.
Thank you.
There is a lot of history in this report. Systemic discrimination, a pattern of physical and psychological injury for generations of African Americans. But before the details, you have a personal long view of this struggle. Just briefly, what does this report mean to you?
It means we documented the evils and the egregious wrongs that were perpetrated against Black people because of the color of their skin. And America needs to admit it, atone for it, and act to do something about it. And here in the state of California, we have just taken the first step. Make sure that we act on the facts that have been presented and give restitution and pay the debt that America must pay to African Americans.
There is a lot of history in this report. The that California had sundown towns where African Americans couldn't live, they had to leave by dusk. More Ku Klux Klan events were held in California in the 20s than in Mississippi. And San Francisco didn't hire a black firefighter till 1955. Is there one piece of this past that really speaks to you?
Yes. Back in the 1850s, R.C. Lee, a 19-year-old young man from my native state of Mississippi, was brought here by Charles Stovall as an enslaved person, even though California was a free state.
Mm-hmm.
However, the body politic was against him, for the first governor of this state, Peter Burnett, who later joined the state Supreme Court, voted with a minority opinion that this young man, R.C. Lee, would be sent back to Mississippi an enslaved person. But the Black community rallied here in San Francisco at First AME Zion Church, and they raised monies, got legal defense, and they won the case. And even though the first governor of this state, Peter Burnett, who got on that Supreme Court, voted with the minority opinion that he should be sent back an enslaved man. So California's hands have been dirty ever since it elected the first governor.
Reverend Brown, this report doesn't just tell this history story, it connects it to today. And today, according to the report, a black household has median liquid assets of $200 compared to $110,000. For white households, life expectancy 6 years shorter. One measure of housing segregation is unchanged from the 1940s. How do you see this playing out in San Francisco today?
The political process must act and show it has integrity, or else we will repeat the same old mistakes of the past. We claim to be in San Francisco a progressive liberal city, but that's only a reputation that's been manufactured. San Francisco's Fillmore, the Harlem of the West, was destroyed back in 1948. And now our population today is down from 15 to 16% in the 70s to 3.94%. That happened by intentional public policy. It was black removal, not urban renewal. The city is guilty of committing the same sin that the Atlantic slave trade was built on, and that was using African Americans as tools to build the economy of this city and to build the economy of this nation.
Reverend Brown, this country, as of course you know, is in the middle of a conversation, a painful conversation about race as we speak. And some worry that this conversation about reparations could create a backlash, create further divisions in this country. Do you think that's the case?
It's already happening with this resurgence of racism and the former president of this nation blowing the whistle. We're in trouble. And if we do not rise up and to redirect the trajectory of this nation, America is going to go down, same as ancient Rome went down, because Rome would not do justice, would not love mercy, and would not walk humbly with the gods they claim to believe in.
That is Reverend Amos Brown, longtime pastor of Third Baptist Church in San Francisco. He's also vice chair of California's task force to study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans. Reverend Brown, thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity of sharing.
Okay, as we heard, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna show you another one. As we heard him say, this coon here, as we heard him say that America was doomed, right? He said America's doomed because just like the Romans, right? We're doomed. All of what you're seeing is because America won't do the right thing. America never fixes any of its problems, as you noticed, okay? They never go back and fix anything. They just continue building on top of dirt, continue building on top of hate, continue building on top of racism, continue building on top of LGBT, all this abnormal, dysfunctional. It gets worse and worse each year. Okay. Every time it gets worse and worse. But guess what? I heard the reporter say, oh, America, it's going to cause divide. I want to say, brother, we already divided. If you haven't noticed, we've been divided since we've been here. We've never had a fair treatment of any kind, nothing. So when white folks say, oh, you know, it's going to cause divide, you tell them, honey, we've been divided since we've been here. So how much more divided can we get? I don't care how much divided we are. Pay me my money just like you pay the Indians, you pay the Jews, you pay the Asians. Pay me my money the same way. It wasn't a divide when you paid the Jews for something that didn't happen in America. It wasn't a divide when you paid the Indians. It wasn't a divide when you paid the Asians, right? So why is it a divide now? And then I saw where they was trying to give the Mexicans $60 million, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm gonna pull that up too. We're gonna talk about that. Now, this was his first response. Now let's see what the response is now. Let's talk about that. Let me see what the response is. Okay, we can get out of this one. But this is him though. I just want to see what's his response now. Okay, here's his response. NAACP, same man. Oh shoot, where you going? Get over here. I'm like, what happened? Dang God, what happened? Oh Lord, same man. Ah, Lord. Okay, here we are. NAACP rejects reparation proposal to give $5 million payments to descendants of slaves. Okay, what changed? What changed? What changed? I don't understand what happened. Okay, let's see. San Francisco, a proposed reparations package suggests a one-time lump sum, give me my money, payment of $5 million to eligible Black San Francisco who are descendants of slavery, earned an unlikely opponent this week. Okay, who is that unlikely opponent? San Francisco chapter of the NAACP rejected the potential measure, arguing reparations should be dispersed via investments. What kind of investments? America's going to crap right now, right? What kind of, the stock market is down, right? What kind of investment are you talking about? Banks are losing. Okay, banks are losing out across America. So what kind of investments do you want us to invest in right now? The opportunities for Black communities, not direct cash payments. Why don't we hear this when you talking about white folk? I'm gonna pull this one up about the Mexicans before I leave. But I ain't hear no programs. I'm gonna pull that one up. We're gonna get the Mexicans. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that one up because I want to hear you have the same heat for the Mexicans and immigrants that wasn't even born here, that just came across the border, recently? 73, I think the first one came over. It might have been a little earlier than that, but I'm thinking in that arena, right? Okay, but you didn't say that about them. But when it comes to Black folk, you always want to tell Black grown folk what to do with their money. I don't need you telling me what to do with my $5 million, because you give me $5 million, I'm gonna be on the first thing smoking up out of here, and they know that. Most Black folk will take the investment, and if you're smart, you'll invest it somewhere where it's a whole lot safer and a whole lot cheaper to live. Okay, let's continue. We strongly believe that creating and funding programs that could improve the lives of those who have been impacted by racism and discrimination is the best path forward toward equality and justice. San Francisco NAACP President Amos Brown said in a statement Tuesday. Instead of direct cash payments, Brown and the NAACP called for investments in 5 key areas. Those being education. We already talked about education. Who's going to get the money? Is Black folk going to get that money? No. How the hell? Everybody goes to our schools, right? Are you going to build some Black schools and let us be in charge of our own schools? No, they're not going to do that. They're going to continue indoctrinating you. They're going to continue allowing LGBT to be taught instead of teaching you how to invest, instead of teaching you how to be homeowners, instead of teaching you how to become business owners, instead of teaching you how to build, instead of teaching you about your credit. They're going to continue teaching you about LGBT. Okay? Let's continue. Jobs, housing, healthcare, and a culture center for Blacks in the city. How does any of that, help Black people? Housing. We already have house. I have my own house. That's not going to help me. Okay? Someone here, I don't want you to give me housing. I don't want you to put me in a project. I don't want you to, because that's what housing means. That means Section 8. That means in a bad neighborhood, in a drug-infested neighborhood, right? Is that going to give me my 5 acres in the mule or 40 acres in the mule? Is that housing that you're talking about? That you're going to give us land and allow us to build, or you're going to build us our own community? No, that's not what they're going to be talking about. Are they going to give you some land? Are they going to help you to build your own housing? Or are you going to put me in a housing project? Let's talk about that. Healthcare. You're talking about doctors, excuse me, that was murdering Black women and babies. That same healthcare, who's going to get the money? The Jewish community, because they are the owners of the hospital, right? Come on, you guys, y'all got to think with me. Cultural centers for Blacks in the city. What is in most of our cultural centers? Other people, right? Other people's history also with our history. But how does this help Black people? How does this give us a hand up? How does this help us with our wealth, the wealth gap? How does this help with the wealth gap? Tell me how that's going to help with the wealth gap. Williams, welcome. How is it going to help? How's it going to help? Okay. I wish I could blow this up. Hold on. Can I blow this up? Okay. Hold on. San Francisco, NAACP rejects $5 million reparation payment for Blacks. Calls for the reparations to focus on investments and opportunities in 5 key areas, which we've already talked about, right? Investment in education. Black students don't perform as well, okay, as their peers. Oh, and why is that? Because we've allowed white folk to educate our children. We don't educate our own children. So do you actually think that they're going to actually educate your children the way they educate theirs? Are we that stupid? We're in their educational system. We're in a system that we had no business integrating in the first place. So now you talking about giving our money to white folk again to improve what? Their lives, not ours. How is you giving them more money or our money going to improve our lives when we already in a system? We've already given our children to strangers. We've already given our children over to enemies that's not educating them properly. Half of American schools are not even accredited. You have our Black children passing. Some of them graduate, can't even damn read. But you want to give money, our money, to them. I'm not for it. Build my own schools. We can do that on our own. We can take our kids, our $5 million, if you choose, with like-minded people and create your own schools away from them. But then you got to get those Black folks some training first. And it's a shame that we'll have to train our own before we can actually give our children back to Black people. Because with minds like Amos Brown, what the hell you think they're going to teach your children? They're going to teach them about American history. You think they're going to touch actually Black history? We got a lot of stuff going on in the Black community. We really need to be honest with ourselves. We really need to be honest here. We got Black folk, little white supremacists in Black skin that think just like them, Mr. Amos. So do I really want to give my children to them? No. I want us to get some counseling. I want us to, yes, build some programs for Black folk to get some healing, to get some help, okay? But don't use my money to do it. You can use that money that you getting ready to give to Ukraine, that how many billions of dollars, that $100 billion that he giving to Ukraine. You can build a structure for Black folk to get some healing, and let Black folk take it over and do what we need to do. We don't need white folk trying to heal us. They don't even have a clue of our problems, okay? But you want to invest in education, economic empowerment. What's he saying? With President Biden, infrastructure. Now he ready to back a man that put half our men in prison. Crack cocaine. Remember that law? Biden's law? Remember that? You want me to give my money to a man that told me he didn't want his crackhead son going to our schools with my daughter. Well, thank God that you didn't let your crackhead son go to school with my daughters. Thank God for that. Thank God. He did something right, didn't he? Keeping your crackhead son away from my girls. Yeah, thank you, Biden. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about that. His infrastructure bill. We want to see more Black people get the opportunity to get jobs on the billions of dollars in infrastructure work that will be done in our community and our states. Do you really believe Black folk used to dominate construction workers? You know who I see on them construction jobs now? Mexicans. I tried, blam in the bush, tried to partner with construction companies. You know, I can't even get my Black boys can't even get them to get training in a construction company, in a roofing company. I can't even get anybody to, and these are Mexicans with businesses. They're not hiring Black boys. They're hiring their own illegals. I just met one the other day, Friday. I said, what you doing? You know, happened to be, talking. I said, hey, what you doing with yourself? He goes, I'm a roofer. I said, oh, okay. And the girl he was with said, yeah, he didn't, got to the education part. He didn't graduate from high school, but this boy making bank. Okay. Because most of the Mexicans have dominated roofing companies, dominated home improvements, dominated their own businesses. They come over here, they get their own businesses. What's wrong with Black folks? Because they're not teaching you in their schools how to have businesses. They're teaching you how to be worker bees. They're training our babies how to be workers, their servants, their slaves. And Black folks still are not parenting on purpose. We're not parenting and teaching and seeing our kids' gifts and saying, oh, you'll be a great daycare owner. Oh, you'll be a great pilot. Oh, you'll be a great doctor in a Black community. Oh, you'll be a great dentist in a Black community. No, we want to get these doctors. I seen a little Black girl who on Facebook, she just graduated, being the first Black doctor, and she was mentioning how she's in a Black world, a white world, right? And I said, well, my question was, why aren't you getting your own clinic in your own neighborhood? Okay, you're a doctor. Train them on purpose. Let's bring it into our communities. We need more doctors that's not murdering our babies. Black doctors we need more Black women and men, doesn't matter, more Black doctors that we can feel safe around to know that they're not going to murder our babies or murder Black women when they come for a C-section or just to have a baby, period. You got Black women dying in hospitals with these white doctors. But you go to get an education in their colleges and you go right back and try to fit in their world and they give you all kind of hell. Ain't we tired of that? Ain't we tired of the racism? Are we tired of going to get these degrees at these white universities and we have more hell in their universities? They flunking you out because you Black and all kind of stuff. My daughter was an honor roll student. Let me tell you, and this really bothered me. I had her in the government school and I had to be up there all the time, because they weren't used to this Black girl. My daughter was, she graduated, she was 18, graduated 17, had her bachelor's because she was in government school, came out with an associate's. 2 years she got her bachelor, 1 year she got her master's, and another year she got her master's in something else. This is a brainchild, okay? But you want to tell me, you want to sit up there and fight me because my daughter is ahead of the class. I had a teacher one time to call me and say, we gotta, she's just way ahead of the class. She was just, and then she said, Mommy, I'll ask a question and teacher won't even come over there, have my hand up, teacher won't even come over there to answer my question. I had to fight on that because they was trying to hold her back. Oh, she was just, I said, well, why don't you use her to tutor, to help you, to teach, to educate, since she got it, you see she's got it, use her to help the other kids so she can, that'll kind of help her, but you're helping other kids too. My thing is, why are we working together? What is going on here? This is crazy. You had teachers telling me to hold my daughter back. Why would I hold her back? Because you don't know how to educate her? She was teaching herself. She's good. That's what she does. So why would I hold her back? Because you say so? No, you need to learn. You need to use that help that's in your class. But okay, but you want me to give my money to this educational system. Okay, let's talk about the housing. Let's talk about investing in what they say, the housing. We want more housing, more public housing. So you want me to go to the projects and live? I didn't grow up in the projects. What the hell I'm going to a project for? I'm not going to live in a project. And I know what those projects are. I'm not going to live with rat and roaches. I don't have to. Okay, build us our own communities. I don't see that? Let me see. Hold on. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it talks about, let me continue reading. Maybe he's going to talk about building our own Black communities. Let me just keep reading. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. Hold on. Let me see. He says we want more housing, more public housing, more affordable housing for Blacks. Public housing? That means the projects to me. What does that mean to y'all? There should be preferential treatment for Blacks to keep our people in this city. San Francisco has fallen from 16% to Black population to less than 5%. Why is that? So who is that money going to again? Who is the money going to if we keep it in San Francisco? If it's 5% Black now, come on, talk to me, family. We need a new version of 40 acres and a mule that benefits and assists Blacks to live and thrive in San Francisco, a city that has done everything it could to divide us out through discrimination and even wholesale removal during thorough urban renewal programs in the 1960s and 70s. This is what this man is saying, right? This is what he said. Okay, well, let's go down. I've had enough. Okay, I've had enough. The remarks from the NAACP came following a public meeting held by the San Francisco Board of Supervisors to discuss the proposed reparations package developed by the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee, established by the board in December 2020 to advise San Francisco local governments and the public on the creation of citywide reparations packages. Okay, the proposal plan received lots of scrutiny, particularly related to its suggestion that eligible San Francisco got a one-time lump sum payment of $5 million. Several cities insisted the $5 million payout was illegal. Why is it illegal? Tell me why. But everybody else can get money. But when Black folk get it, it's illegal. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to the judge. But Black folk never go. When Indians got money, did we go to the judge? Did we call it illegal? When the Asians got money, was it illegal? Nobody had any problems with it, right? The Jews get money every year. Nobody. It's never illegal. They can get their money. They can do whatever. But when Black folk want to get it, it's illegal. We're going to court about that. Just like with those farmers. Remember, those white farmers got money. It was fine. Black folk, they said, still ain't got that money. They won the lawsuit, but white folk came back and did a lawsuit, and Black folk couldn't even get no money. You see how them crackers do? Do you see how them devils do? This is why America's done. This is why Russia gonna kick our asses, and I can't wait. Y'all better get out of America, because I'm praying for a bomb to drop on this. I'm praying. I'm telling y'all now. I'm praying. I'm reading y'all comments. Real folk broke. Y'all funny. But I'm just saying, okay, come on, let's talk about it. It's illegal, they said, including former San Francisco mayor candidate Richie Goldsberg. Okay, let's remember this Richie. So therefore, we won't let Richie get in office. Okay, let's hold him. Let's stop that right there. So if Richie Greensburg run for office, we already know that we're not going to vote for him locally. I believe in voting locally because I do believe that the mayors can get reparations and legally, locally. Okay, who said the move violated both California law and federal law. Okay, but why did it violate when the Jews got money? Okay, it is illegal, they say, and immoral wealth transfer. Come on, but when they was giving out land to white folk, when they paid reparations to white people who lost slaves, it wasn't illegal, nor was it immoral, right? But it's immoral wealth transfer right now. The Heritage Foundation, Kara Frederick argued, it is illegal and immoral to get them niggas land, to get them niggas anything. It is immoral. But you who pillaged, stole land, you stole the beach that they just gave back to you for $20 million because it was so much stipulations into the thing where they couldn't even own the beach out. They couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't change the beach. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't rent it. You couldn't build on it. You couldn't do nothing with it. They gave these people a beach, right? I forget the name. Come on, forecast. I know you name it. The beach they just had in California. Wasn't it in California? And the Black family gave it back for $20 million because they couldn't do nothing with it. Come on, let's talk about it. But it's immoral when Black folk want to do better. It's immoral, and it's illegal and immoral wealth transfer. But when white folks was getting land and they was giving y'all land and they was sending them to school to teach them how to farm because they hadn't farmed no land then, white folk didn't know how to do nothing. Niggas was farming and they was doing everything after slavery. They had to actually the land that they gave white people, they had to teach them how to farm it. Okay, but nothing was illegal about that, huh? But when it comes to Black folk, come on, let's continue on. It's not about compassion. It's not about humans flourishing. It's not about lifting people up at all. But it's about lifting you up though, huh? When it's time. It's about power. It's about power. It's about the left saying, "We'll give you free stuff if you vote for us. So vote for us." And who's going to foot the bill? We all know who's going to foot the bill. It's the taxpayers. Well, who footing the bill? Damn it! When you sending money over there to Ukraine, and then you done got them Ukrainian people here, you're paying for their education, you're paying for their housing, you're paying for their medication, medical bills. Nobody said anything. You didn't say nothing when they sent $100 million over there to Ukraine, did you? You didn't say anything when Afghanistan's came over here, and now you got Ukrainians with brand new cars. You got Afghanistani who got money to come here to America, free medical, free money, free school, but it wasn't illegal. It wasn't nothing immoral about that. You got California people and living on the streets. I mean, just look a mess. It looks like a third world country in California, all them homeless people. But nobody's, nothing to see over here because we giving them black folk money. That's immoral and illegal. But never when we're giving it to white folk. I don't care white folk that don't live. Mexicans also. It's not illegal giving money to them. They don't even live here. These are immigrants. They don't even have green cards. But it's not illegal. Okay. The mass exodus from California speaks for itself, Frederick concluded. California is not working. It's going to work even less if this happens. But it ain't working even less when white folk got it. Okay. Critics have also pointed to the fact that the state of California never formally adopted the practice of chattel slavery as an argument. It doesn't matter. They still had policies, racism in the policies, structural racism. So it doesn't matter if you had slavery there. You have a whole system that needs to be broken down because you have a structural racism problem in the system. So it doesn't matter if it was chattel slavery there. It doesn't matter. You have a whole system that's keeping black folk down. Okay. Let's talk about it. So you have, she says, critics have also pointed that the fact that the state of California never formally adopted the practices of chattel slavery as an argument against the reparations package, which besides direct cash payments includes a citywide debt forgiveness plan and a reduction of tax burdens for eligible residents. Eligible residents is the name of that game. You hear her. Eligible residents, right? Eligible residents. You got to be eligible to get this. You got to be eligible, right? Okay. I was trying to find out where because I know, hold on. Dang, I got to, hold on, you guys. I want to try to get, hold on. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. Come on. Wells Fargo announced $50 million, okay? Grant to NAACP. Let's read that. So hold on. Let me see if I can see it here. Hold on. Okay. Y'all see that? I'm going to find it. Hold on. I'm going to pull that. Ooh, I got to pull that one up. Hold on, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with your sister. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I got to go down here and make another one. Hold on, y'all. Y'all need to bear with me. We're going to fight this thing because I'm sick of these. I'm sick and tired of your brothers. I'm sick of y'all asses. I'm sick. Every time black folk want something, every time they want to do something, or every time they going to put something forth for black folk, you got Negroes like this hollering, we want programs. Damn it, you go ahead and do your programs, but you give me my $5 million. I don't give a damn what y'all do. Y'all can do whatever you want to do. You want a program? Go ahead and live in the projects. I'm not living in the projects. I don't live in the projects now. So what's that going to do for me? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Wells Fargo. Let's go here. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see this? Hold on. I'm going to come over here. Y'all help me out. Boy, I tell you, boy, these Negroes, I tell you. I hope y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? Hold on, let me see. I think, okay, here we go. Let's talk about this. Wells Fargo, okay, announces $50 million grant to the NAACP. When did they do that? When did they do this? Okay, you already saw the other thing was March, June of last year when he was all for the reparations, right? And then what? March, Friday is when I heard it. 18th, he was like, no. Now, well, February, now they're saying, oh, we're going to give you a grant. So now he's like, no, we're not for the $5 million because San Francisco today, Wells Fargo announced a $50 million grant to support the nation's largest civil rights and social justice organizations in its continued efforts to advance racial equality in America. This is the same Wells Fargo who wouldn't hire black people because they said they didn't find any qualified black people to take the job, so they gave them to white folk. Don't be, you know what? Come on, you guys. Come on, I wasn't born yesterday. Please help me. I wasn't born yesterday. Boy, they think black folk the dumbest thing on earth, don't they? Okay, but let's keep reading. Wells Fargo. I don't know who was talking. Wells Fargo grants will both strengthen the NAACP local units and support the organization's plans to develop a new national headquarters. The grant will assist NAACP local units and branches across America by increasing essential staff to implement and sustain meaningful programs, and will support their work to grow strategic partnerships with key businesses and communities across the country. In addition, at the national level, the grant will support the NAACP's work. What work? Who gets that money? Who gets the money? Who gets the money? Show me the money. Who gets the money? Support the NAACP work. What work have they done? Help me out here. On policy solutions used to address the needs of the communities it serves. What communities does NAACP do? You just told us that we didn't need the $5 million. You told us that black folk aren't worthy to get $5 million. Didn't you, Mr. Amos? But you're going to get $50 million from Wells Fargo. Shall we go on? We're grateful to Wells Fargo for their donation, the single largest donation the NAACP has ever received from a corporation. These funds will go directly towards strengthening the NAACP's grassroots network of local units and branches across all 50 states, as well as the work of the national NAACP, said NAACP President and CEO Derek Johnson. All corporations play critical roles in our democracy. They must be engaged as allies in the fight to end discrimination in our economy, in our justice system, across our society, and within our own services. How long has the NAACP been in business, family? And what justices do we see? We still see police brutality that has been happening since damn slavery. Okay, how long it take to end something? We still see the mass incarceration, don't we? How long does it take? How long we've been seeing that? We've been seeing the prison stuff since 1865 when we released black folk from slavery. Then they did another form of slavery, started putting your asses in jail, right? Okay, so please help me to understand what has the NAACP done for black people? Help me, I don't see one thing. I'm looking for something in the chat. Name one thing that you guys know that the NAACP has done to help black people. Please help me, because I must be I'm lack of information or something. Come on, help me. Maybe I'm missing it. Did I miss it? I'm looking. I don't see nothing in chat. Okay, let's continue. I'm just saying. Come on, y'all. Help me. We're grateful to Wells Fargo for their donations. The single largest donation the NAACP has ever received from a corporation. These funds will go directly towards strengthening the NAACP grassroots. I know I read that, but I had to read it again. Of local units and branches across all 50 states, as well as the work of the national NAACP. Wow. I'm still waiting on names, so maybe he gonna name some down here. Wells Fargo CEO Charles said the company is pleased to support the NAACP in creating a more equitable nation and in providing better access to economic opportunities for Black Americans. Hold on. Anytime Black folk want to do something for Black people, why we always got to wait for white folk to give it to us? Anytime something get done for Black people, they want to front it. They want to have fronts. Do you actually really believe any of this money going toward Black people? Black folk like myself. How do I get some? Give me a application so I can get. Y'all need some money too. Well, maybe we can get some. Maybe y'all forecast. Maybe you can go get. You trying to do your foundation. Maybe you can go get some of this money from the NAACP. I'm gonna call Monday and see if how I can qualify for some of this money. Some of this $50 million that they just got from Wells Fargo. I'm just gonna see. I want to hear them tell me a lie. Seriously, we'll just say Sierra Marshall and NAACP one push for integration. That was that's okay. They said we could never be equal to them unless we go to their schools and businesses. And guess what? What has it done for us? We in their schools, all right. We work in their businesses and we go through hate, trauma, drama every freaking day of our lives. We go through it on our jobs and we turn around and we give our poor babies to them. Then we turn around and give our babies to them. Why do we give our babies to them? You see how brainwashed you are, Black people? Do we see the Germans educating the Jews' babies? Hell to the no. Why? Because they know that if I get your babies, I can change a whole generation. Why do you think they are teaching our babies LGBT in preschool? Why? Because if I can get your babies, I can change a whole generation. I can't change them older adults, but you let me teach your babies, or I'm going to change a whole generation for hundreds of years. Because they're going to grow up thinking it's normal to sleep with another man. They're going to grow up thinking that women are supposed to be sleeping with women. They're going to grow up. You should see some of these schools right now. America has failed our babies. But guess what? We have failed our babies because we allowed it. So don't blame them. I don't want to hear another person tell me to pray for the schools. No, I'm going to pray for you that you get some wisdom and get your babies out of their schools. I'm going to pray that you wake the hell up so that you can do right by your babies, so that you can get out. You're just sitting up here, You want me to pray for what? What am I going to pray for? I'm going to pray for what? You're not changing nothing. Action. Faith without works is dead, right? Okay, I'm going to pray if you do some action. You get up and move. You get up and start building. Oh, I'm going to pray that we get the finances to get our schools built for our own babies. I'm going to pray that you have enough balls to keep those white kids out, those white teachers out. I'm going to pray that they keeping you out of their schools, right? But nobody says anything about discrimination when you go to an all-white school and ain't no Black teachers there. But you have Black kids there. That's how dumb some of these parents are. I look at these charter schools. You have no Black teachers, but you have black children there. Why would you put your child in an all-white environment? You still being brainwashed. Oh, they education. Ooh, my baby's getting, well, they going to get that good education? No, they're going to get abused every day for 18 years. Every freaking day of their life, Monday through Friday, they go to these schools and get abused, brainwashed against themselves, learning how to hate themselves, learning how to hate other Black people. Excuse me. But you seem to believe that they're going to get the best education. Are they getting the best education? Because some of them still can't read. Some of them still come out and graduate and can't read. Some of these schools are not even accredited. So how are they getting the best education? Guys are brainwashed. And let's not even talk about, let me just say one thing about the St. Patrick's Day. We see more Black folks celebrating St. Patrick's Day than I do white folk, right? Do you see any white folks celebrating Black History Month? Did you see any Black folks celebrating MLK Day? Did you see any white folks celebrating Black History Month? Any white folks celebrating MLK Day? But you got more Black folks sitting up there wearing some damn green. Somebody say, where your green at? Do I look like a St. Patrick? Do I look like an Irish to you? That was my answer to them. Oh, Cassie, you a mess. Yes, I'm a mess, and you are too, for wearing green. Don't come to me asking me no dumb stuff. What y'all say? Where y'all green at? This is how I looked at them. Do I look Irish to you? Don't talk to me about no. Anyway, let me stay focused. St. Patrick's Day, y'all stupid. Got more Black folks turn around here wearing all that damn green. Maybe St. Patrick's Day. You an idiot, and you look stupid with all that damn green on. So I'm so sick of y'all. I'm tired. I just don't understand it. I don't know what it's gonna take. They doing so much stuff to us right now, and we're not even trying to build nothing. We're not even trying to. We're just not even trying to do nothing. I don't know. We're just waiting for the bottom to fall, I guess. I don't know. We're supposed to be building right now. We're supposed to be like ants. You know how ants be building. Ants don't never stop doing. They'll walk in a circle. They just be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But they be building. They be building. You see them big old mounds of sand how does ant get those mounds of sand? Those mounds be huge. They building. They're building. But what black folk doing? Crying about Jim Crow. Well, what are you gonna do about it? Mississippi building, they redoing the Jim Crow laws. Well, what are you doing about it? We're gonna sit here and cry about it? What you gonna do about it? I've got time to cry. You should be building. Where your schools? Where your banks? Where your land? Are you buying land? Are you building banks? Well, I don't know about building no banks right now. I'm just saying. I don't know about building banks. Are you buying silver and gold? How about that? Are you investing in silver and gold? I'm just saying. What are you doing while they building Jim Crow? Are you separating? Are you getting ready to do the same separation? If they can, we can, right? Okay, let's go over here. Let's get it together. Whatever they do to separate, we're going to do it over here. We're going to have our own police department. We'll have our own schools. And then let's see what they say then. Oh, y'all being racist. Well, damn, ain't y'all doing the same thing? How we being racist? Show me what. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. So we being racist. Who started it? So that means you were racist before I was, right? Even though black folk can't be racist. I'm just saying. Pull that same card and see what they say. You did it over there, but now we can't over here. Sound like you a little racist. I'm just saying. What we waiting on? What we waiting on? Let me just continue this. I said I won't be here because I got one more. I got one more fool I want to show y'all. Boy, these niggas, y'all. I don't care. I'm gonna call them niggas all day long because they sickening. Wells Fargo CEO. Okay, I read that too, didn't I? Okay. Key to our shared goal to advance equality and economic opportunities to Black Americans is the works the NCPAA local units and branches do to support communities on a highly local basis. Where is this? I talked to an NAACP lady probably 2 weeks ago, and I asked her, I said, what are you doing for Black people? What's really good? Oh, well, we've been doing the police brutality campaign, and we've been doing this campaign. And I'm like, well, what's it doing? What results have we gotten? And how long have we been doing this campaign? I haven't heard about any campaigns. Where are you doing those campaigns at? Because I haven't heard about any of those campaigns. Have you guys heard about any NAACP discrimination, police brutality campaigns out? I've not heard of any. I see it in writing, but I don't see them actively doing anything. So where are you doing them at? What? Come on, you guys. This is a front. It's a white front. And you got the bull. Hey, these niggas think they doing something. Anyway. And then I had to call DC because I called the one around here. Couldn't get, in my area. Called the next county down. Couldn't get one there. Couldn't get one. I had to go all the way to DC. I said, what's going on with your chapters here in the, in the area where I live? Oh, they're in there. They just have certain days that they work. Well, what days do they work? Because they're never there. They never answer the phone. And they never call you back. So what days are they there? Are they really there? Okay. But neither here nor there. Okay, whatever. Okay. So we value our long-standing relationships with the NAACP, and this grant is meant to strengthen the work we already do together to close economic gaps. Are we just going to lie out front and think folk don't know you're lying? How are you closing any gaps? How long does it close? How long does it take to close a gap? We've been closing this gap since when? Slavery? And that gap still ain't closed? How do we close the gap? If you give us our $5 million, that'll close the gap right there. So you're really talking out two sides of your hose. I'm just saying. You got to, I'm not going to say that. Okay, anyway. To close economic gaps that have existed for far too long in our country. Okay, well, give us a plan how you closing those gaps. I'd like to know something. I'd like to see one gap you've closed. I'm just saying. The relationship between the NAACP and the Wells Fargo spans more than 20 years. Wow. You've had 20 years and that gap is still there. What's the problem? Something wrong here. Divesting in your answer instead of doing it together with each other. I'm just trying to understand here. They're telling us that it takes over 20 years since 1989. Wells Fargo's support of the NAACP has included. Lord, I don't know what I'm looking at. The funding of the Financial Freedom Center, financial health programs, and home ownership, home preservation programs. Okay. Wells Fargo has also sponsored key NAACP events, such as the Women in NAACP Empowerment branches in NAACP Image Awards and the NAACP National Conventions. NAACP, let me tell you something about Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has had many discriminational suits. Wells Fargo is the worst bank ever. Remember, they had a whole lot to do with those foreclosures of homes when Obama wouldn't help people. He helped the banks instead of the people that was going through foreclosures. A lot of homes was foreclosed on in Wells Fargo illegally. I had a girlfriend that had a home in 2008, and I think it was 2008, 2008 when this horrible Wells Fargo, the houses was foreclosing like crazy, right? And Obama said, no, he's not going to do anything with the private owners. He's going to give the money to the banks. But my girlfriend was going through a foreclosure and she called Wells Fargo. And I remember she said, they want me to pay more money. I said, did you get a moderation? Do a moderation? She goes, yeah, but they want me to pay more money. I said, but you told them you weren't working, right? And she goes, yeah. Well, they had come down on her hours and that's what happened. And I said, they want you to pay more money. She goes, yeah. I'm like, how was that? It was so many illegal cases that Wells Fargo was doing at that time. It was a lot of discrimination cases that was coming. One man, they foreclosed and he was paying, they foreclosed anyway. It was a lot of stuff that was going on with them. But these are the same people that NAACP has partnered with, and they've been partnered with for 20 years and doing absolutely freaking nothing, giving out money and to keep you quiet, to keep you from doing anything for your own. And that's exactly because I'm going to tell you something. If NAACP was doing anything for Black people, you think they would have given him $50 million. Come on, let's think about this, Black people. Do you really believe that they would have given NAACP $50 million to continue the fight against racism? Do you really believe that? We're not that dumb, are we? Are we really that stupid? Okay. Anything the white folks is behind is powerless. It's safe for them. It's powerless. It's not going to do anything to hurt them because they're not going to fund something that's going to hurt them, that's going to bring them down, that's going to deem them powerless, right? So why are we thinking that this money was given to the NAACP, good faith that they're going to really do something against the system of bringing white supremacy down? Y'all not that dumb. I know. Okay, let's keep reading. We almost done, I hope. Okay, we got a few more. Just a little more, you guys. Y'all bear with me. I hope I'm not too long. Not trying to be too long. Just trying to open our eyes. I got one more person I want y'all to see before y'all go. We're going to be done within the next, I'm going to give me 30 minutes. We should be done, okay? I'm going to try to get through this without commentary, okay? I hope. NAACP has included the funding of the Financial Freedom Center, financial health programs, and home ownership, home preservation programs. Wells Fargo has also sponsored key NAACP events. Okay, whatever. I read that already, but I had to do it again. Okay, let's talk about Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo and Company, okay, is a leading financial service company that has approximately $1.9 trillion in assets. Proudly serves one of the 3 U.S. households and more than 10% of small businesses in the U.S. and is leading middle marketing banking providers. I'm not even reading that. I'm not going there. I'm just not doing. About NAACP advocate agitates and litigates for the civil rights due to Black Americans, liars. Our legacy is built on the foundation of grassroots activism by the biggest civil rights pioneer in the 20th century and is sustained by 21st century activists. Where are those activists? Please, what you mean? Like who? Who are activists? Do we have any black activists right now? Am I missing something that's really out to? Oh, he's in jail. NAACP. No, NFAC man. Oh, he's in jail. Okay, he got 7 years for actually trying to help black folk to be free, to get justice with police brutality. They end up putting him in jail. You mean that activist? Oh, but they didn't get behind him. Oh, okay. So what other activist is doing something? Tamika Mallory, Black Lives Matter, who really stands for LGBT. Patrice Mallory. Oh, come on, help me, you guys. Joy Reid, who? Who's the black activist? Who's the activist is really that they're really afraid of right now? Where are they? Am I missing something? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to see. Oh, y'all telling me take my time. Y'all don't want me to take my time. Right here, this subject right here bothers me. It really bothers me. So I don't want to, because I'm already out of character. Because it bothers me when I see stuff like this, because you lying in my face. You lying in my face. So you telling me the NAACP from classroom and courtroom to City Hall and Congress, our network of members across the country works to secure the social and political powers that will end race-based discrimination. How long the hell does it take to do that? The NAACP been in business for a minute, right? How long it take to end racism? If you're really trying to end racism, it can end today. I'm just saying. So Wells Fargo, who had a lot of discriminatory discrimination cases, the president said, "Oh, we can't have black people because we don't see any qualified to do the job." Really? We got a whole college of Morehouse black folk, full of black folk that you could have got to do the job. Spelman. But you can't find one black person that's capable of working for Wells Fargo. Really? Do you remember the president came out and said that? The president of Wells Fargo. Because they was getting on him because they didn't have no black folk working for him. I'm just saying, up in leadership management. Okay? That's what he said. We couldn't find anybody qualified to do the job. Oh, really? Okay. That's the lie. That's okay. That's what you want me to believe. Okay. I guess the same way that they hired that white woman to be the head director of admissions in a black school, a black college, Morehouse. The president hired a white woman. So you mean wasn't no black woman qualified to do that position? You're going to put a black woman? You're going to put a white woman over our black boys instead of getting a positive black role model for them? Nothing to see here, you guys. I'm just saying. Okay, let me just finish this little piece. Okay. That work is rooted in racial equality, civic engagements, and supportive politics and institutions for all marginalized people. For all. You hear that, marginalized people. We are committed to a world without racism where black people enjoy equitable opportunities in thriving communities. Where are those thriving communities at? NAACP was founded in 1940 as a part of NAACP, which now operates as a completely separate entity. Why? The Legal Defense Fund, also referred to as NAACP LDF, was founded in 1940 as part of the NAACP, but now operates as a completely separate entity. Why is that? Okay. I don't care right now. Okay. So we all see what's really going on with NAACP, man, right? We see, right? Wells Fargo announces $50 million grant to NAACP. So that's really weird. So they did this in February 1st. In March, what's the day? March 17th, the man, Amos Brown, comes and tell you, now he was all for it last year in June, right? You got $50 million. What was attached to that $50 million? What was attached? Amos was talking too much, because before he was talking about black folk need that money. Cut our check. Oh, he was talking noise. But now, after you got your 50 million, mom's the word. I got mine. Y'all niggas better get y'all. I'm with you. I'm with you, Wells Fargo. I got you. I mean, we ain't gonna sign no contract. But just say that you giving it to the NAACP. He's part of the NAACP, so you think he didn't line his pockets? I'm just saying, we ain't that dumb now. Come on. I ain't that dumb. Boy, they think black folk just dumb as hell. Ooh, they just think we about the dumbest rocks, don't they? Okay. I want y'all to hear one more. For this one right here. I don't know how I'm gonna do on this one, y'all. Y'all gonna have to help your sister out. I don't know how I'm gonna do on this one. Okay. No. Hold on. Gotta go down here. Let me see if I can actually bring this one up. I don't know. Let me see if I'm gonna do this one right. Hold on. Okay, I want you guys to see this. Hold your horses. Okay, y'all can see it. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. Black people, according to Pastor David. Listen to this.
Problem. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness.
Can you hear it?
Always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem.
Let me know if y'all.
And it's a God problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen to me. We got to deal with this.
We got to deal with you.
And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one.
Okay. Somebody.
There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa.
Oh my God. Hold on. Help me. Egypt is not Africa. Egypt is not Africa. Who don't know their history? Who don't know Egypt? All of it's Africa. The Middle East, Africa. All of it's Africa. Who don't know this? And why is it that black folks still sitting up under this man? When he said that, I would have gotten up and walked the hell out. Because I already know that you don't know what you're talking about. I already know that you don't know your history. Egypt, he said, is not part of Africa. What is it a part of then? What is it a part of? But it's not part of Africa. Okay, I'm going to try to hold on, y'all. I'm going to try. Hold on. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to contain myself, but let's listen to the pastor. I don't know what's going on with these pastors, because wasn't Amos a pastor too? Wasn't he a reverend? And now we got another one. Y'all need to do something with this this Christianity stuff. We're gonna have to do something here, because this ain't working for me. Let's go and listen to this dummy who say Africa is not part of Africa. Egypt is not. He flunked history. It ain't just the 3rd grade, he flunked history. But let's go.
There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa, or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and not made out of stone, made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa.
To Africa now. Has he been to Africa? Didn't I just show you guys apartments? Didn't I just show you apartments in Africa? But black men didn't build. Let's continue listening to this crazy nuts.
Happened to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't.
Hold on. How did the diseases get there? How did the diseases get there? How did the diseases get there? Who brought the diseases to the Indians? Who brought the diseases? Who always bring the diseases? But you want to tell me Africa? I'm gonna try. I promise you, I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying not to say nothing, but let y'all hear it.
Don't know how to run no nation. They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem.
And hold on, you guys. Hold on.
Talk about the Hutus.
Isn't Nigeria one of the richest countries in Africa? One of the richest countries in Africa is Nigeria. You got kings and kings and royal families in Nigeria. Well, obviously has never been to Africa. He never even bothered to look up this history before he started running his damn mouth. You have just shown yourself to be the biggest idiot ever. So I can understand the way he sees himself is the way he sees other people. So he's literally talking about himself. But let's finish.
And the Tutsis, look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
I know we're looking at him.
He does not understand the world.
He's right. There is
He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. And black women, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman, what's wrong with you black women voting for Barack? Don't you understand? It should have been a black womb if you're gonna have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills.
Didn't I tell you talking about himself? Okay, now he on black. So does it really sound like he really likes black people? Does it really sound like he really likes black people? Let's continue.
At home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet. And you talk about look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with a black man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet? What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy. Black people, let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. Let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no.
Oh, no, please help me. He don't have no sense. Who's been teaching black people? We had some sense, and I'm going to prove it to you. We had some sense until guess who got to our minds? They did. Colonization happened. So now all of a sudden we ain't got no sense. We think like them. That's why we got no sense now. But we had some sense, and I'm going to prove that to you. But let me let this little self-hating black coon speak for himself because he's talking about himself. But let's finish.
Sex. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
Okay. Thank you for your ignorance. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, let me just let him go down somewhere. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let me talk about this. 120 things you probably didn't know were created by black inventors. Okay. You see this on? Come on, let's talk about it. I see chips. I see the light. I see the gas mask. I see peanut butter. I mean, I'm just saying. Come on, you guys. I'm just saying. Folding cabinet beds. Okay. Sarah Good became the first black woman to receive. And we're not done. Okay. We're not done. Also, wait a minute. Let me just show you one more thing. Remember those villas that I talked about where he said black men have not built anything. Okay. Let me just show you this. Okay. This is just a little bit. Okay. These are the villas. Remember the villas that we talked about in Africa, right? I'm just trying to help you out here. Okay. Here go the villas. Let's talk about that a little bit. I hope y'all can see this because I can't see what y'all can see. Okay. This is the little city. This is what it's going to look like. Okay. Okay. Let me just come on. Come on. Okay. We do have hold on. I'm trying to let me see if I can pull them up. I think you can see the little houses or whatever. Okay. I'm just showing you. These are some things that black men are building in Africa right now. In Ghana. Okay. That's just in Ghana. Okay. I'm just saying. These are some of the, can y'all see that? I hope y'all can see it. Okay. Because I'm not looking at, I can't see what you guys are seeing. Okay. They have phase 1, 2, and 3, and they're getting ready to start building even now as we speak. Okay. I'm just saying. These are some of the things that they're building. Okay. So let me just go back over here. Okay. I'm just saying. Folding chairs. Okay. Folding cabinet beds, potato chips. Okay. Let's see. Gas masks, of course, protective mailboxes, blood banks, improved iron boards. Okay. Home security systems, African American nurse Mary Van Bitten Brown. Okay. The 3 light traffic lights. Okay. Garrett Morgan was the first black person in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Refrigerated trucks. Frederick McKinley Jones, which is a man. He said men ain't done nothing, but we're going to continue on. We're going to show you some kings and queens in Africa that had a whole civilization going before white folk came, before the colonizers came, okay? Before the Brits came, before German came, before the Portuguese came, okay? Before Italy came, before the Arabs came, okay? When white folk put their hand in it, they destroy it. But this brother, he's done. Automatic elevator doors. Alexandria Miles took out a patent in 1887. Okay, come on. This electric microphone. Microphone. Dr. James E. West. Okay. Color IBM, PC monitors. Mark Dean. Okay. Co-inventor. Super soakers. Summer just wouldn't be the same without Lonnie Johnson. Oh, was that a man? Or was that a woman? Lonnie is a man's name, right? Okay, I'm just saying. Tissue holders. Mary Davis built that. Invented both the tissue holder while disabled from multiple sclerosis. Okay. Peanut butter. Everybody loves their peanut butter, right? Okay. Thank George Washington Carver. Laser focal. What's that? Laser focal? I guess I may be pronouncing that wrong. I don't even know what that is. But Patricia Bath did that. Automatic gear shifters. Richard Spikes. That's a man, right? Okay. He said black men ain't do nothing. Okay. I'm just saying. Black women. He said he done nothing. I'm trying to help a brother out. I'm trying to educate him because he didn't set up here and made himself look like a damn fool. Clothes dryers. Okay. George T. Sampson. Let's thank you. Created clothes dryers in 1892. Come on. Dustpan. Lloyd P. Ray. Come on. We can thank him for that. Okay. Folding chairs. John Purdy created the folding chair, which is used for picnics and school graduations everywhere. Golf tees. Okay, let's thank Dr. George Grant. Dr. George, that's the man, right? Okay, come on, dude. I'm gonna send this video to him. Okay, ice cream scoopers. Alfred L. Craig. What says Craig? Cralle. Okay, that's just lawnmower. John Albert Burr. Woo, family made over the heat lawnmowers, lawn sprinklers. Excuse me. Joseph A. Smith. Y'all, I'm gonna have to drink some of this water. I hate drinking out of bottles, but I've been bringing a cup with me. So it's a little dry because I'm talking too much. Okay, come on. Modern toilets. Thomas Elkins. Thank you, Thomas. Mops. Thomas Stewart. Man, come on now. Come on. Just a few more. Just a few more. Reversible baby strollers. William Richardson. Thank you. Drag queen. Oh, Lord, I ain't talking about drag queens. Okay, whatever. Okay. What's a logo mania? Dapper Dan took the logos of designer brands and used them for appeal, furniture, and more. Okay. I'm just saying. But he said black folk didn't do nothing, right? Okay, I'm done. Well, I can go on. Serving trade walkers, airplane propellers, John S. Adams. Okay, we wouldn't be flying today if it wasn't for James S. Adams. He was a man. Come on. Biscuit cutters, A.P. Ashbourne, corn changers, James A. Boer. Okay, I mean, we could go on and on and on, but let me get back to something else. Let me show you something else. I just want you guys to understand something. Let's really talk. Let me see. That ain't what I want. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. I did that one. I don't want to do this. Another one. Okay, here we go. Come on, y'all. Here we go. Let's really understand what black folk used to do. 10 of Africa's most powerful kings, queens, warriors, and legends. But you told me Africa ain't never did nothing. Didn't we just hear that? Did I just hear that? Or did I hear wrong? He just told me that Africa wasn't worth a damn. That white folk built Africa. If it wasn't for white folk, that's what he said. Oh, he told me also that Egypt wasn't part of Africa. So that ought to tell you something right there as far as his history. Okay. That right there, when he said that, everybody in church should have left. But they probably don't know because they've been listening to this fool, okay? Who don't believe Africa, Egypt, and Africa and the Middle East is all one. They did that to distract you. The Middle East, there's no such thing. It's all Africa. It's all Africa. Saudi Arabia, Africa. Palestine, Africa. Come on. Africa. Jerusalem, Africa. They just got y'all believing that it's separate. They got them believing that they really do believe that. Remember the one town that was beating up Africans because they didn't want Africa coming in to destroy their culture. So they sending them back. But I'm gonna tell you what, good. Separate yourself so God can deal with you. Because he got to separate us, right? So he can deal with them crackers. Okay, let's talk about this. 10 of the Africans' most powerful kings, queens, and warriors. Let's talk about, and legends. Let's talk about that. Africa is a region with a long and glorious history with hundreds of distinct cultures and traditions from the Egyptians, which he said wasn't part of Africa. Okay, but he said it wasn't part of Africa. Okay. To the Zulus, each culture has produced some of the greatest warriors and the most powerful leaders in the world. Whoo, boy, we can stop right there. I'm hot. We can stop right there. He got me hot, and I ain't got no wig on. I can't even take my wig off. I'm just saying. He got me hot. He has me hot. He has me hot. But let's go. Did you hear that? Africa is a region with a long and glorious history with hundreds of distinct cultures and traditions. From the Egyptians that's not part of Africa, to the Zulus, each culture has produced some of the greatest warriors and most powerful leaders in the world. And what happened to Africa was what? They allowed who in? They allowed white folk. When they wasn't having no dealings with white folk, they was fine, wasn't it? They had their own little country. They was doing their own little thing, right? But what happened to Africa? They start mixing and mingling. They start, come on over here. We got all of these resources. I want to show y'all one more thing. Let me show y'all something. Why Europeans are interested in Africa? Why? Europeans were interested in Africa because of the abundance of raw materials for industrial minerals, cheap labor, and to expand their territories. Some of the countries that were especially interested in Africa were included the Brits, France, and Portuguese. That's just to name a few. Italy, okay, that's just to name a few. That's just to name a few. That's not even talking about all of them. You have the Brits, Germany, France, Arabs, Italy, Belgium, Spain, and the Portuguese. Okay, now China, Russia. I'm just saying, but we're gonna go back here and let's talk about our kings and queens that the dude said didn't exist. Africa, them black men ain't never doing nothing. You need to shut your ass up, your stupid self. You sound like a dummy. No list of legacy. Oh, no. Okay, who is this? Okay, some of these names, y'all, I can't even pronounce. From discerning tradesmen to distinguished scholars, here are just a few of the fascinating figures from Africa history of legendary African rulers. Okay, and we talking about black folk. Okay. Okay, H-A-T, Hatshepsut. Is that how we say? I cannot even pronounce it. Okay, I can't even pronounce some of these words. I'm just saying, y'all. You know what? I didn't even put the thing in the. I'm gonna put the. Hold on. Let me come back over here. Because I want to stop sharing for a minute. I'm gonna go back, but I want to be able to put the link in here. So if anybody wants to come up to have something to say, okay, let's talk this fool is crazy. Don't tell us what Africa he never did. We all know our history. I don't know where he from. That's what happened when you were a boule and you were a coon. He ain't went to nobody college. I know that because he ain't learned nothing. He too dumb, and I wouldn't even never tell nobody I went to college anyway. Talking about Egypt ain't part of Africa. Okay, now we're gonna go back over there and start sharing. So if y'all want to jump on, because we just gonna be here a few more minutes. I promise you guys. I just had to show you that part, and I want to show you the amazingness of Africa. Okay, because it's the now. Y'all don't know it's the now. It's the now. I'm just saying. Okay, let's go back over there. I'm gonna share my screen. Going back over here. Here I go. And I'm coming back in a minute, but I'm gonna share this screen right now. Let's go right here. Okay. I have to do all of this. Forecast, thank you for showing me how to do this. My boy Forecast helped me out with this one. Okay, let's go back in. We're going back in, y'all. We're going back in. Okay. Okay, some of these names, I'm gonna have to spell them. Y'all have to help me out on these names. It's just what it is Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut. Okay. No list of legendary African rulers who would be complete without at least one Egyptian pharaoh. And while plenty of pharaohs have faded into obscurity over thousands of years since they ruled, a select few have made their marks. Hatshepsut was the only child of Pharaoh Tumok. I can't even pronounce these words. Th. Thutmose, I think that's his, and his primary wife, and she was married to Thutmose II, a half brother, by a secondary wife as queen consort. She already assumed many of the roles of Pharaoh, but also the death of her husband. She formally adopted the title in 1478 BC. She was well educated, understood the religion of her people, and as the daughter, sister, and wife to kings, and she had an undeniable blood right to the position. She was easily able to utilize these things to her advantage, becoming widely accepted by Egyptiologists today as one of the most successful pharaohs. Okay, come on, that's just to name a few. Okay, they're gonna try to take a little nose off so you won't know what's going on, but we already know though. That's Queen Hatshepsut, legendary African ruler. Okay, she established important trades routes, completed a lot of significant building projects, and is remembered in monuments as a great pharaoh. However, Moreover, she is the earliest known woman to have significant power. Okay. Also, Queen Sheba. Okay. They was even trying to say, oh, Queen Sheba didn't exist. Most people have will have encountered the phrase, who does she think she is? Talking about Queen Sheba, right? At this point, but was there ever a real Queen of Sheba? And what did she do that was noteworthy and coined a phrase? The remains of a grand stone placed in Akusum, okay, which is in a present day Ethiopia, are believed to have been the home of Queen Sheba. There is no surviving record of what her real name was, but in North Africa today, no one questions whether she was real or not. She is considered by Ethiopians to be the mother of their nation and the founder of a dynasty which only died out with the last descendants. Holly Cilicia, please forgive me, you guys, for these names. In 1975, she is a well documented historian figure in the Bible. Okay, let's talk about Ezana of Aksamium. I cannot pronounce these words. Good Lord, this is crazy. Azana, I'm going to say Azana. I'm trying my best, you guys. Ruled the kingdom of Axum in the 4th century. The kingdom was vast and covered current day northern Ethiopia, Yemen, which is still Africa, right? Okay. Some parts of southern Saudi Arabia, still Africa, right? Okay. Northern Somalia, Africa. I cannot even pronounce some of these. And some regions, we're going to just keep going, of Sudan, he inherited the role for his father, who died while Ezana was still a child. Okay. He is notable for being the first king of Akusum to convert to Christianity, which was the worst thing ever. I don't know what was wrong with him. Okay. He was the king ruler, and he cared deeply about the happiness of his people. If he cared so much, he wouldn't have turned to Christianity. He was a monument builder, erected a number of obelisks and stelae during his region. Y'all help me with some of these words. Despite this, he is the best remembered today for his Christian faith. Oh, God. And he is regarded as a saint by the Ethiopian Orthodox, whatever church. Okay, whatever. They just ruined me with that one. Okay, all these white folk. I don't know why they got all these white folk. Okay, let's talk about Solomon and Queen of Sheba, a legendary African ruler mentioned in the Bible. She was reportedly extremely wealthy. An architecturology excavation at Ascom in 2012 discovered somebody discovered evidence of the enormous ancient gold mine, which would have been a very legitimate and abundant source of wealth for the queen. Further excavation in 2015 discovered 2 female skeletons, both of which were buried in the regal style with extremely vulnerable jewelry. This tangible evidence that the legendary may be real is further backed up by the fact that 90% of Akusums is unexcavated. With legends about the queen being confirmed already, it's highly likely there will be a further confirmation that she really did exist. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, let's talk about this Mansa Kenkan Musa, the richest African warrior. Musa, let's talk about him. Musa was the 10th Mansa Sultan king of Mali. His region was between 1312 and 1337 AD. He was an extremely powerful leader, and under his leadership, Mali was able to conquer 24 cities. He had a great deal of nicknames. The titles included the Lion of Mali and Conqueror of Ganadas. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. One of his nicknames, Lord of the Mines of Wagara, was due to the fact he was in control of all gold mines there. This contributed to the fact he was exceptionally rich. His contemporaries described him as an inconceivable wealthy. Both Time and the BBC have commented on his wealth from a modern viewpoint, with the latter declaring him the richest man of all times. Okay, but that was a man though, right? But he said men ain't do nothing right. Men didn't. Okay, come on, let's just go just a little more, and then I'll be done. I'm just going just a little bit, just a little bit. That's him sitting on a throne holding his little gold right there. Okay. And then you have Tunka Manning was the Ghana ruler. Why did they say Ghana? Why they spell it like that? Of the Ouagadougou from 1037 to 1075. He was described in the contemporary accounts as a lover of justice, and he settled many disputes within his empire. Personality, he became known for his involvement in communities for the fact he greatly boosted the economy of the empire. He was able to further cultivate his public image through projecting an air of magic and unfortunately, Tunka, whatever was I can't pronounce these words, was the last ruler of the Ouagadougou as the empire fell due to a number of factors, including disputes about the region converting to Islam. Okay, Islam, that means the Arabs was there, right? That means we're talking about Arabs. Okay, so what happened again? When you allow outsiders to come in, then you get conquered. And I remember when I was in Africa, we was going on a tour, and one of the young men said that it was that at first they had somebody was there conquering them. I think it was Berlin or something. And then the Arabs came in to help them, and they saw how good things was, and the Arabs ended up staying because they just wanted a little help from Berlin. Berlin was over there and they was doing some crazy stuff. Or the Brits. He said one of them, y'all help me out here. But he said they was there, so Arabs kicked them out. Right, this was in Kenya. The Arabs kicked them out, and the Arabs colonized them in. So Africa's always looking for people. They was looking for help. But the help came, and they saw how good they had, and they said, "Oh no, we're gonna kick them out, but we're gonna conquer them." So of course, okay. So I'm just saying. Let's talk about the warrior Queen Amina. Okay, Amina or Aminatu was the warrior queen of the Zaria Emirates. Okay, which is in modern day Nigeria. Okay, I keep telling y'all, Nigeria is the richest country in Africa. Okay, the richest country. You got a lot of big time folk coming from Nigeria here. You got the a lady that's got her wealth through with oil over in Nigeria. Okay, I'm telling you, y'all better look up Nigeria, honey. It's some rich folk over there in Nigeria. Why he playing here? Okay, she is the subject of many legends and ruled at some point in the 15th century. Through the dates were uncertain. She conquered many cities and ruled for 34 years. So here we go again. Every time when white folk come, they come to kill, steal, and destroy. Whose attributes are those? This is why I keep reminding us right now, Black folk, when you're around them, you're safe. If you're strong, you're not going to have no white friends. I don't have no white friends. I have not one. Because they know I don't tolerate them. So they're not going to come over here because they know I'm not going to compromise. When you are strong and within yourself and you know who you are, you don't have white friends. Why? Because you're not going to compromise. And they know that they're not safe with you. They know that with our mentality, they can't come over here and slap me and me not slap the hell out of them back. I'm just saying. They know that they're not safe. When you see a lot of Black folk with white folk as friends, that means they feel safe around them. And that means that Black folk, that person has compromised, and that person will in fact hurt you for them. So you have to be very careful when you see a lot of Black folk with a lot of white folk hanging around a Black individual. That Black individual hurt that Black person before they will the white folk, because they are there to protect them. And I've seen it I remember I was working this job just a couple, maybe few years ago, and where I was working, it was some people, it was some Black guys, homeless people, was begging for money, and the manager came and she went and got the biggest Black guy that we had, right? And I'm looking at the Black guy and I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm watching, and she goes, I'm going to bring whatever his name, I'm going to say his name, I'm going to bring him out here with him. So she wanted to go out there And she stood back and she told Terrence, go out there and tell them to move and da 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 da. So I looked at Terrence, I said, don't you dare, you not go out there. And I was like, you better not go out there threatening them. She don't put you up to it. So Terrence looked at me, he looked at her, and I'm like looking at him like I'm gonna dog him out the rest of the day. You better not go out there messing with them people. I'm like, Leah. So I mentioned, I was like, why don't you go out there? You're the manager. Why would you send him out there? You know, of course I had to say something. Why would you send him? Because he didn't really want to say no. I don't care. Why are you gonna send him? Why you're the manager? You go out there and handle that. Or why are you sending somebody, another worker, to handle what you're supposed to be handling? So I had to kind of, so I gave him that little out right there. But my thing is, they've always been in operation of having us to handle their dirty work. She was so scared, so she go send the brother out there. He don't know if they had a gun or what. She didn't care. She just they outside. Why are you outside messing with them? Your ass should have been in the building doing your work. See what I'm saying? You outside caring. One about stuff that's outside the building. You ain't got, and I said, Terrence, you ain't got no business mess with that stuff. That's outside the building. Your work is right here inside the building. Why are you outside? You feel me? So I had to say something, but of course, of course she ain't like me. I ain't care though, but I spoke up. I've never been to the point where I don't speak up. Seriously. So just a little bit. Warrior Ann Amina. Let's finish talking about her. She was legendary, an eager warrior, and as a child, her grandmother found her wielding a dagger as a warrior. Okay, nimbly as any warrior. Like many other female regents, she refused to marry so that she would not risk losing any authority. One of her less fearsome legendaries is that she introduced the cultivator to cola nuts to her kingdom. Coca-Cola nuts. Okay. Then we have Ewuare the Great. Who is that, y'all? Help me out. Was one of the kings of Benin Empire for the latter half of the 15th century. He rise to power was a violent and bloody one, and the result of vicious coup against his own brother, which destroyed much of the capital of Benin. Okay, despite the violent start to his reign, I can't even pronounce it, earned his title of the Great by rebuilding much of the Benin city, reforming politician structures, becoming a patron of the arts, and expanding the territory of the empire. He increased and expanded trades with other nations, which is what Africa needs to do. Africa needs to pull down those walls. They got a lot of boundaries and borders up in Africa. If I want to go to Nigeria and I'm in Kenya, I have to get a pass. If I want to go to Nigeria to Afghanistan, if I want to go there to Ethiopia, I have to get a visa. If I want to go to Gambia, I have to have a visa. We shouldn't have to need all those visas. And those were borders put up by the white supremacy, the colonizers, so that Africans couldn't transport from city to city. But Black folk need to pull down those borders, but it's money too. Okay, because if I pay to go to Kenya, I had to pay to go to Dar es Salaam. No, I didn't have to pay to Dar es Salaam. I wouldn't have to pay to Gambia. So it's 3 places I didn't have to pay. When I went to Rwanda, I had to get a pass, another visa, which was $100 to get into Rwanda, another city that's in Africa. So they have to pull down those borders. They have to make Africa one. They have to have one king over Africa. It's so Africa's so big, but still, all you need is one president over Africa. One is black that has a black mind and black heart, that has a heart for Black people. And the coups. Anytime you see a coup, like you see Haiti has oil. People didn't know that. America wants that oil in Haiti. So of course they go, oh, you got the gang members, and now they talking all this trash about Haiti. You have to understand, when white folk talking about a Black country, that country has something that the white folk want, and they have to demonize that country. So when I go in there and I kill the person I feel that's a threat, I'm going to demonize him in front of all these white folk. Then I'm going to go up in and kill him. Then it's going to be, oh, he needed to die because he was a gangster. He needed to die because he was stopping the whatever. It's anytime America demonizes somebody, look at that country to see what they have. And Haiti has oil, and they have they put the Haiti president. They put the man that killed the Haiti president. They know who killed him. They put that man on top of Haiti. And Haiti wants America out. They want all of the white folk out of Haiti, because you have a lot of foreigners that's over Haiti, a lot of foreigners that's coming from other countries that's leading Haiti. They're not even black, and they don't even have a heart for Haiti. So you have to understand that's what's going on in Haiti. Haiti is rich, rich, rich. They was really rich before Bill Clinton came in because Haiti produced it rice in their own city, on their own country, in their own continent. But Bill Clinton, when he got president, he stopped them from producing in-house because they were selling to everybody. Haiti was rich. Okay, look up your history. Bill Clinton got his brother-in-law to start selling rice in Arkansas, right? So all of the purchases came from his brother. Where them crackers go, them devils gonna get it. So therefore, Haiti now is starving. You have to understand. Remember, Haiti beat out the French, right? So they are still punishing them. White folk don't take a lose. They don't take a loss good. They will condemn somebody to the end of time as long as they can starve Haiti. And I'm telling you, a lot of stuff has gone on in Haiti. They've gone over there and they've taken babies from Haiti. They've gotten caught over there taking babies. And Hillary Clinton's foundation in Haiti, and we all know what Bill Clinton's foundation, the Hillary, you already know what she's about, right? So the woman that was over there that was getting those babies and bringing them home, bringing them back to America, the woman said that those babies' parents had died in that hurricane, right? But the parents hadn't died. They stole them babies, and babies didn't even have paperwork. Hillary Clinton went over there and saved that woman because they had the woman, and it was supposed to be a Christian group, right? That was stealing babies, or the church, right? They were stealing babies. Hillary Clinton signed those people and got them people out of Haiti. Yeah, Haitians ask Haitians about Hillary Clinton, the Clintons. Oh, they'll tell you they don't trust them at all. They were really against Bill Clinton, all that, and the Clintons, period. All the stuff that they also have like a foundation over there. You know, remember Hillary had a young lady, a white girl, that committed suicide. You know, a lot of people that hang with Hillary end up dead. Okay, so suicide, right? She was talking to her parents and was telling about some stuff that was going on in the foundation in Haiti that Hillary Clinton owned. She ends up dead. Okay, suicide. We all know. Remember the guy that was working with Hillary Clinton? Suicide. A lot of people end up dead around her, right? Suicide. I'm just saying. We got to understand what's going on, people. Okay, so let's continue on. I don't mean to get off focus. I'm going to talk about two more, and then we're going to be done. I want you guys to understand that when Black folk stop doing that. It bothers me when we sit up there, we want to put down our own. And here I'm showing you stuff that we've done. We built America. What the hell is he talking about? Men ain't never do nothing. Men had Harlem until now. You got white folk, black looking people that help to gentrify, what they call segregate Harlem. It's gentrification now. They just relabeled it. They don't call it segregation. Oh, we're not going to segregate Harlem. We're going to gentrify it. That's what they do. They go in and gentrify it, and then they buy it up, let the crime go sky high. You get the properties for much of nothing. You bring white folk in there, charging $300,000 or $500,000, $600,000 for a condo downtown Harlem. Black folk can't even move in downtown Harlem. So now you crime, no more crime. All of a sudden, no more crime. So just understand, when they have a place that they have their eyes on, they're going to let Detroit, crime got so bad, right? What they doing? They buying up Detroit, buying up the properties, going to build all those townhomes, all those condos for $300,000 and $400,000 and $500,000 that Black folk can't afford it. And then the crime's going to suddenly disappear. They never change, you guys. Segregation, integration, segregation, gentrification is both the same word. It's just, remember the noun languages we had? The real big noun languages. Then it came back a little bitty noun languages. They just repackaged it. Same noun later, right? They just repackaged it. Same name. But now they call it, instead of segregation, oh, it's been integrated. It's been gentrified, right? Okay. Let's talk about warrior Anna Amina. Let's talk about her, okay? Let me see. She was a legendary and eager. Did I finish? No. We're done with her. We're going down here to the Empire. Ewuare, Ewuare, the Great. Okay, and then we're gonna be done after we talk about him. Let's see how many more we got to go. Look at them little black babies. Look at there. But we never did nothing, no, huh? This is the one I'm on now. Ewuare, a legendary African ruler, was the king of the Benin Empire, right? But we ain't never did nothing, huh? But we's king and queens, weren't we? Shakua, Zula. Okay, even today, people know that the Zulus, warriors, were exceptionally skilled in combat, right? The military innovations adopted by Shaka Zulu, right? helped to cultivate their warrior culture and fearsome reputation. But Shaka did not always resort to war. He was a skilled diplomat and was often able to negotiate with his adversaries. At the height of his 10-year reign, Shakura ruled over 250,000 people and commanded more than 50,000 warriors. Okay, this is just to name. Look at them black folk. Look at them. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. This is Shaka, legendary African ruler, demonstrated firearms ineffective against the quick encirclement of charging spearmen. Okay, I'm just saying. But you say we don't have that, right? Come on, you guys. I'm not going to read all. Well, I guess I can't. Well, no. I mean, you have. Look at that. Who is that right there? Let's see who that is. Okay. Legendary ruler in Cape Town shortly after his capture in 1879 Anglo-Zulu War. He led several victories against the British Army early in the war. His name is help me out, Cetshwayo. You guys can look this up, okay? He was legendary African ruler in Cape Town, okay? Look at him, okay? But I'm just saying, he said black folk ain't never did nothing. I just want you guys to, I'm just introducing you. I'm just trying to show you, okay? Look at this, the king shark, okay? Translates to the egg of the world, or the sons of the shark. He became known as the king shark, and he was arguable the most powerful ruler of West Africa at the end of the 19th century. Just to show you a few, you guys, okay? The country and the culture makes up Africa. I'm not going to play that, but I'm just saying, okay? I just wanted to show you some stuff. When people be lying and not knowing their history, I want to play that, but I'm not. Great Kings and Africans watch on YouTube. You guys could pull that up. It's probably, something that's super long. Hold on, you guys. Let me just see something. It's only 10 minutes. Let's see what they're talking about.
The Grains and Queens
and then we're going to be done, I promise.
Is presented by Anheuser-Busch to honor and preserve a part of the rich and proud African culture and to cultivate a deeper understanding of the many contributions that history has made to the world. Alfonso I was the first ruler to modernize Black Africa on a grand scale. He encouraged his people to learn Christianity
10 minutes, you guys.
and new skills in masonry, carpentry, and agriculture. Alfonso streamlined politics, established modern schools, and later became the first ruler to resist the slave trade. Promoting industry and agriculture, Hatshepsut may be the greatest female Egyptian ruler of all time. As the first woman in recorded history to preside over a nation, Hatshepsut cast aside the theory of male supremacy. Her spirited defiance of male dominance for 30 years endured to the very end, as evidenced by the discovery of her tomb in the Valley of the Kings. When Sani Ali Burr came to power, Songhai was a small kingdom in the western Sudan. With a ferocious force, the warrior king won battle after battle, routing marauding nomads, seizing trade routes, and ever expanding his domain. He captured Timbuktu, bringing into the Songhai Empire a major center of commerce, culture, and Muslim scholarship. His greatness is still legendary among the Songhai people today. Askia the Great was a fair and deeply religious man who at times fought established tradition to rule in the best interest of his people. A devout Muslim, he ruled Songhai strictly according to Islamic law. Askia Muhammad Touré united the entire central region of western Sudan with a government that is still revered today. A wise and beautiful woman from Nubia so captured the heart of the pharaoh she changed the course of history. Tai's beauty, intellect, and will so took Pharaoh Amenhotep III. He defied his nation's priest and custom by proclaiming this commoner his great royal spouse. Amenhotep declared that, as he had treated her in life, so should she be depicted in death as his equal. And so the colossal sculpture ordered for their temple portrays them a pair of majestic monarchs, both proud, both noble, both serene. A flamboyant leader and figure, Musa managed vast resources to benefit his entire kingdom. In 1324, he led a holy pilgrimage of 72,000 people from Timbuktu to Mecca. Over 6,000. So spectacular was this event that Mansa Musa won international prestige for Mali as one of the world's largest and wealthiest empires. A strong leader and military innovator, Shaka is noted for revolutionizing Bantu warfare through standardized weapons and special tactics. Many enemies would flee at the mere sight of Shaka's troops. With cunning and confidence as his tools, Shaka united all tribes in South Africa against colonial rule. For hundreds of years, Nubia and Egypt had been at war. But Nefertari's marriage to King Ramesses II, Pharaoh of Egypt, brought the fighting to an end. The marriage began as strictly a political move, but it later grew into one of the greatest royal love affairs in history. In fact, the temple which Ramesses built for her at Abu Simbel is one of the largest and most beautiful structures ever built to honor a wife and to celebrate peace. One of the greatest monarchs of the Congo, King Shamba, had no greater desire than to preserve the peace. He demanded a democratic government featuring a system of checks and balances that represented all Bushango people. Also, Shamba promoted the arts and crafts to their highest level during his reign. Regarded as one of the greatest generals of all time, Hannibal and his powerful African armies came close to defeating the mighty Roman Empire. His audacious moves and tactics have been studied and successfully imitated as recently as in World War II. The genius of Hannibal brought Carthage great prosperity and prestige. The identity of the Queen of Sheba has long been debated, but indications are that she was the Ethiopian queen, Makeda. According to legend, she was fascinated with the wisdom of the great King Solomon of Israel. Upon meeting, the king and queen were equally intrigued with one another. Fondness grew into love, and their union produced history's longest line of royalty descendants. Returning to Ethiopia, Makeda's influence transcends centuries as the Judeo-Christian tradition remains embedded in modern Ethiopia. Teaching a doctrine of love and peace, Akhenaten was the first ruler in recorded history to believe in the concept of one God. He and his wife, Queen Nefertiti, changed Egyptian culture so radically that their influence was felt centuries later through more natural visual art styles and a fuller, warmer language for poetry, songs, and storytelling.
Almost done, you guys.
At the age of 16, this great Nubian king led his armies against the invading Assyrians in defense of his ally Israel. It earned him a place in the Bible in the books of Isaiah and 2 Kings. Despite continuous warfare, with opening projects throughout his empire, including a temple with carved images over 100 feet high. The Egyptian queen ascended to power at the age of 17 to become one of Africa's greatest female rulers. Intelligent and witty, her graceful nature and stunning personality were valuable diplomatic attributes. Striving to elevate Egypt to world supremacy, Cleopatra persuaded Julius Caesar and Mark Antony to renounce their Roman allegiances to fight on behalf of Egypt. Each, however, met his death before Cleopatra's dreams of conquest were realized. Disheartened, Cleopatra pressed an asp to her breast, ending the life of the world's most celebrated African queen. Osei Tutu was the founder and the first king of the Asante Nation in what is now Ghana. He was able to convince a half a dozen suspicious chiefs to join their states under his leadership. According to legend, this occurred when the golden stool descended from heaven and came to rest on Osei Tutu's knees, signifying his choice by the gods. The kingdom would endure for 2 centuries. Menelik was the overshadowing figure of his time in Africa. He converted a group of independent kingdoms to the strong, stable empire known as the United States of Abyssinia, or Ethiopia. Resisting European colonization and uniting the opposing kingdoms made him one of the great statesmen of Africa. Though dead for nearly was when alive, the single most important person in the modern history of Zimbabwe. When English settlers invaded in 1896, Nyahanda and other leaders declared war. At first, they achieved great success. But as supplies ran short, so did battlefield victories. Nyahanda was eventually captured and executed. Although gone, she was not forgotten, and is still referred to as Mbayu, grandmother, Nyahanda, by Zimbabwean patriots. Khama distinguished his reign by extracting technological innovations from the Europeans while resisting their attempts to colonize Bechuanaland. Advancements included the building of schools, scientific cattle breeding, and a police corps which practically eliminated crime. In 1875, Khama appealed to Queen Victoria of England to protest English settlement in his country. The English honored Khama and his call for continued freedom for Bechuanaland. For half a century, the Basotho people were ruled by the wise and just founder of their nation, King Mosweswe. The Basotho had to fight for their survival against plundering Africans, European colonialists, and particularly the Boers. As the relentless Boers were about to annihilate the Basothos, Mosweswe persuaded the British to make Basotho land a protectorate, a diplomatic coup that helped to assure his nation's survival and to assure Mosweswe a place in African history. Nzinga of Angola was an astute diplomat and an excellent military leader. To arrest the swelling influx of slave-hunting Portuguese, she waged war for nearly 30 years. Because of her quest for freedom and relentless drive to bring peace for her people, Nzinga remains a glimmering symbol of inspiration. Samori launched a conquest to unify West Africa into a single state spanning 100,000 square miles. In each city, Samori built a mosque, a testimonial of his devotion to Islam. During the 18-year conflict with France, powerful Samori continually frustrated the Europeans. His astute military prowess prompted some of France's greatest commanders to entitle the African monarch the Black Napoleon of the Sudan. The people of Dahomey often refer to their monarch, Behanzin, as the King Shark for his strength and wisdom. Behanzin maintained a strong army to defend his nation's sovereignty, including a division of 5,000 female warriors who were noted for their formidable zeal in battle. A fond lover of the humanities, Behanzin is credited with some of the finest song and poetry ever produced in Dahomey.
All right, you guys, I'm done. I hope I have shared some light on some things, and I hope I have helped you guys to understand how to. We need to start shutting these coons. We need to start shutting the boulets. We need to start shutting down people like Amos Brown and that crazy pastor who got on there talking, "Oh, I love black folk," but it didn't sound like that to me. I don't know what in the world. If that's love, you can have it. I'm not interested in it. But we have to start holding them accountable. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But I'm done. I get so frustrated when I see black folk. You got your bag, but you don't want nobody else to get theirs. Give me mine, because I'm gonna tell you what. The first payment I get, I'm on the next flight out. Y'all better. I hope y'all be behind me, because y'all already know where I'm going. I'm serious. I wouldn't spend a dime in America. I don't want no land. I don't want no nothing. I don't want. I told my kids, don't even bury me here. I'm not retiring here. I will be somewhere else, and it will not be in America. I'm just saying. But I'm done, you guys. I am not going to be going. I'm done. Okay. I just wanted to come on here and just, I had some venting to do. Okay. Y'all know how I get. I usually don't come this late. Usually be doing the morning or during the day. So probably won't do one tomorrow, but I just unless something goes on within 24 hours, I'll be on tomorrow. But right now, I'm just tired with what I'm seeing. We're not building. We have no schools. We have no banks. We have no clinics. We have no supermarkets. We have nothing. We have air. And if they stop that, we done. If they cut off the water, we done. And that's who said something about when your enemies control everything, you are doomed. Marcus Garvey. When your enemies control everything, you are doomed. So, with that said, family, I'm out. Y'all have a good night. And we'll like and share. Y'all like and share. It don't take much to hit that like button and share and subscribe. And let's move forward. Okay? Peace, family. Y'all have a good one. Have a good rest. Have a good day tomorrow. How about that? Shabbat Shalom. Ain't that what it is? Yeah, it was. And you have to understand, Shabbat, the Sabbath for us was Friday, Saturday, all day Saturday to sundown, right? Okay. The Roman Catholics changed it. We're going to talk about that too. Black folk go to church, and that's changed by the Roman Catholics. Saturday is actually the start of your week. Okay. So that's a topic for another day, but I'm out. We'll talk later. Peace, family.